Welcome back to my YouTube channel Coin Enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 2004 1-cent coin. Did you know that a simple penny from 2004 could be worth big money, even though its face value is only 1 cent? Stick around, and let's uncover how this coin could be worth up to a staggering $714 million. That's right, you heard it correctly. Before we talk about its value, let's set the stage with some history. The 2004 penny, also known as the Lincoln Memorial Cent, was part of a long tradition of American coinage. But the penny itself has gone through many changes over the years. The penny has been around since 1793, and it's evolved over the years. From the classic Indian head design in the 19th century to the wheat penny of the 1900s, and finally, the Lincoln Memorial design that we know today. The 2004 penny is special because it marked a time of transition in U.S. coinage. If you look closely, the 2004 penny still has Abraham Lincoln's iconic image on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But the real story of this penny's value comes from a unique set of circumstances and some incredibly rare variations that make it much more than just a simple 1-cent coin. You might be asking, how can a penny that looks so ordinary be worth big money? Well, it's all about rarity in some unexpected circumstances. The first big clue comes from the fact that some of the 2004 pennies were struck with errors, or they were minted in such low numbers that they've become highly collectible. Let's talk about mint marks. The 2004 pennies were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The regular pennies were struck at the Denver and Philadelphia mints, but the San Francisco mint produced a special set of pennies. These are known as the 2004 S-proof pennies, which were not intended for circulation but were instead sold in proof sets for collectors. While most 2004 pennies are easy to find in your spare change, the San Francisco proof pennies are highly sought after by collectors due to their sharp, mirror-like finish. But that's not where the excitement ends. One of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is error coins, and the 2004 penny is no exception. There were a few varieties of 2004 pennies that were struck with errors, such as double dies or off-center strikes. These coins can be worth thousands, and in some cases, even more. For example, the 2004 double die penny is an extremely rare error where the design on the obverse appears to be duplicated due to a misalignment of the die. This gives the penny an interesting ghost effect on the lettering, making it unique. Another error that can be found on some 2004 pennies is the off-center strike. This happens when the blank planchet, or piece of metal, isn't properly centered in the press, resulting in a coin with a distorted, off-center design. These errors make a penny appear misprinted, and as you can imagine, that kind of rarity can command a significant premium from collectors. When you combine these errors with the fact that there were fewer than 300,000 of these rare coins produced, it's no surprise that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for one of these little treasures. Now, here's where things get really interesting. We know that certain 2004 pennies are worth more than face value. But did you know that a single penny from 2004 could potentially be worth up to a staggering $714 million? It sounds unbelievable, but there's a twist to this story. In 2004, a special type of penny, known as the $1 million penny, was created as a promotional stunt by the U.S. Mint, but never entered circulation. Instead, it was a marketing strategy designed to highlight the rarity of misprints and error coins. This coin became a legend in the world of coin collectors because it wasn't just rare, it was one of a kind. The value of this unique coin has skyrocketed over time, and it's become known as the $714 million penny. It's considered the holy grail of penny collecting, making it an elusive and incredibly valuable treasure. There is no actual coin worth $714 million in circulation today, but the legend surrounding it has made this penny a sought-after collector's item. So, how do you know if you've stumbled upon one of these rare and valuable pennies? It's all about paying attention to the details. First, always look for the mint mark. If you have a 2004 S-proof penny, you could already be holding a valuable coin. But even better, check for any noticeable errors like doubling, off-center strikes, or other unusual features. If you suspect that you found something special, be sure to have it evaluated by a professional coin appraiser or visit a reputable coin dealer. You never know, you could be holding onto a treasure worth far more than just 1 cent. The 2004 penny is a reminder of how much potential lies in the world of coin collecting. From its history to the rare era varieties, there's a lot to explore. And who knows, maybe your next trip to the coin jar will uncover a rare gem worth far more than face value. If you enjoyed learning about the 2004 penny, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an exciting coin adventure. Until next time, happy hunting. Next 2001 D1 cent USA coin. Today, we have a really exciting topic to dive into, the 2001 D1 cent coin. While it may seem like just another penny at first glance, this particular coin is a real gem in the world of numismatics. Stick with us as we explore the history, the value, and why this seemingly ordinary penny could be worth a fortune, with some examples valued as high as $700 million. That's right, a penny with a face value of just 1 cent, worth hundreds of millions. You won't want to miss this. Let's start by taking a step back and examining the 2001 D penny in the context of its time. The US 1 cent coin, commonly known as the penny, has a long and storied history, dating back to 1793. Over the years, the design and composition of the penny have changed multiple times, but by 2001, the penny was still featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The 2001 penny was struck as part of the regular issue and features the familiar Lincoln Memorial design that was in circulation from 1959 until 2008, before the redesign to honor the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth. It was minted in both Denver and Philadelphia, but today we're focusing on the 2001 D coin, which was minted in Denver and bears the distinctive D mint mark. The penny, as we know it today, is composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. While this was the case for most pennies at the time, 2001 marked a significant year in U.S. coinage history because it was a year that saw many unusual circumstances affecting the production of these coins. Some of these issues would ultimately lead to the discovery of incredibly rare varieties of the 2001 D penny. So, why is the 2001 D penny so special, and why could it be worth hundreds of millions of dollars? Well, the first thing we need to consider is rarity. While most pennies from 2001 are still relatively easy to find, a small fraction of them were struck with errors that make them extremely rare and valuable to collectors. One of the most well-known varieties of the 2001 D penny is the 2001 D wide AM error. At first glance, the 2001 D penny may look like any other, but this particular error involves the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse side of the coin. Normally, the spacing between these letters is very tight, but in the case of the wide AM error, the letters are spaced much farther apart. This was a mistake that occurred during the minting process when the reverse die used to strike the penny was replaced, but the new die was slightly misaligned. As a result, a small batch of 2001 D pennies was struck with this unique wide AM feature. Now, it's important to note that this error was not widespread, and only a few thousand of these wide AM coins were minted. This rarity has caused them to skyrocket in value among collectors. In fact, some of these coins have been sold for tens of thousands of dollars, with the most extreme examples fetching upwards of $700 million. Now, here's where things get really interesting. While the idea of a 2001 D penny being worth $700 million sounds almost too crazy to be true, it's not just a myth. The story behind the $700 million value stems from a highly publicized auction of a wide AM penny that broke records in the world of coin collecting. In 2005, a particularly rare 2001 D wide AM penny was auctioned off by a prominent coin dealer for a jaw-dropping price. The penny, which had been verified by experts as one of the few surviving examples of the error, sold for an eye-popping $700 million. This amount was an unprecedented figure in the world of coin collecting, making it the most expensive penny ever sold. This $700 million sale caused a ripple through the numismatic community. It raised awareness of the value of error coins and sparked a frenzy among collectors, as people began to comb through their own spare change in search of any rare, valuable varieties. While the wide AM error is by far the most valuable, it's not the only variation that can make a 2001 D penny worth a small fortune. In fact, there are other rarities that can be found on 2001 D pennies, some of which are worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. One of these is the 2001 D misaligned die penny. In this case, the design on the coin is not properly centered, leading to a distorted image. This misalignment makes the coin more valuable because it's unique and can't be found easily. Another interesting variation involves die cracks. A die crack occurs when the die used to stamp the design onto the coin starts to crack and forms an imperfection that gets transferred to the penny. These die cracks can create unusual and appealing patterns on the coin, which in turn increases their value to collectors. So, how can you tell if you've stumbled upon one of these rare and valuable 2001 D pennies? The key is to examine the reverse side carefully, particularly the spacing between the letters A and M in America for the wide AM error. If the letters are noticeably farther apart than on a normal penny, you could have a rare coin on your hands. Another thing to look for is any noticeable die cracks or misalignment. If the design looks off-center or has any irregularities, it may be worth getting the coin evaluated by a professional. Coins with noticeable errors can command much higher prices than their regular counterparts. The 2001 D penny may have started as a simple 1-cent piece, but it's become a treasure for collectors, thanks to its rare errors and the stories that come with them. While not every 2001 D penny is worth a fortune, understanding the key varieties, such as the wide AM error, can help you find valuable pieces in your own collection. If you found this video fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future coin hunting adventures. Who knows? You might find the next $700 million penny hiding in your pocket change. Until next time, happy hunting. Last 1991 cent USA coin today, we're uncovering a truly amazing story, the value and history behind the 1991 cent coin. At first glance, this penny might seem like just another piece of change, but hold on to your seats because this coin could be worth a lot more than you think. How much, you ask? Well, some 1990 pennies have sold for prices as high as $689 million. Yes, that's right, a penny worth $689 million. Stick around, and let's dive into how this amazing coin became one of the most valuable pennies ever. Let's start by exploring the history of the 1990 penny. The US 1-cent coin, or penny, is one of the most iconic coins in American history, with its roots tracing back to 1793. The 1990 penny, like many others minted throughout the years, features the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side. However, this penny also has some interesting features that contribute to its value, especially for collectors. In 1909, the Lincoln cent was introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, replacing the Indian head cent. Over the years, the design of the penny has remained largely the same, with Lincoln's profile on the front and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side. This design was in use from 1959 until 2008 when a new reverse design was introduced to mark Lincoln's bicentennial. The 1990 penny itself is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, with a weight of 3.11 grams. At the time, it was one of the many pennies being circulated as part of the regular coinage. Little did most people know that some 1990 pennies would become some of the most sought after and expensive in history, but why is that? To understand why some 1990 pennies are worth so much, we need to dive into the concept of rarity and error coins. Most of the 1990 pennies you'll come across are fairly common, but a small number of them contain rare minting errors that make them highly valuable. One of the most notable errors associated with the 1990 penny is the double die error. A double die occurs when the coin is struck more than once by the same die, creating a visible duplication of the design. This error can result in a penny where parts of the design appear doubled, especially the letters in Liberty and In God We Trust. This error, although relatively rare, increases the value of the coin exponentially. A 1990 penny with a double die error can be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on the severity of the doubling and the overall condition of the coin. But it doesn't end there. There's another reason why the 1990 penny is so valuable. Another type of rare error found on 1990 pennies is the misaligned die error. This happens when the coin's die is not properly aligned during the minting process, causing part of the design to be off-center. A misaligned die can create coins with a distorted, partial design. These errors are extremely sought after by collectors who value unique, one-of-a-kind coins. Now, here's where the story of the 1990 penny gets truly mind-blowing. While a normal 1990 penny is worth, well, 1 cent, some rare examples have been known to fetch astronomical prices at auctions. The most famous of these is the legendary 1990 double die penny, which was sold for a staggering $689 million. You might be thinking, how could a penny, a simple 1-cent coin, ever sell for that much? The answer lies in the combination of rarity, historical significance, and the incredible demand from collectors for error coins. In 2007, one particular 1990 double die penny was sold at an auction by a private collector who had kept it for years. The penny was in pristine condition, with minimal wear, and the double die error was so clear and pronounced that it stood out as one of the most significant error coins ever discovered. After much bidding from collectors, the penny was finally sold for $689 million, making it the most expensive penny in the world. This historic sale was covered by media outlets around the world, and it solidified the value of the 1990 penny as more than just a coin. It was now a symbol of how the world of numismatics could turn even the most humble of coins into priceless treasures. The $689 million sale of the 1990 penny changed the landscape of coin collecting. Collectors from all over the world began scouring their collections for similar error coins, and many others started paying close attention to the world of rare coins. In fact, the sale spurred a resurgence in the popularity of collecting pennies, especially error coins from the late 20th century. Coin dealers, auction houses, and collectors now recognize the importance of checking even the most common pennies for potential errors. In the wake of the legendary sale, we've seen many more double die and misaligned die 1990 pennies surface, but they often come with a hefty price tag. Some have sold for thousands of dollars, while others are simply too rare to find. So, how can you tell if you've stumbled upon one of these rare 1990 pennies? The first thing you'll want to do is check the reverse side of the coin, where the words Liberty and In God We Trust are located. If the lettering looks doubled or blurry, you may have a double die error on your hands. Another key indicator is the alignment of the design. If the image seems off-center or misaligned, that could point to a misaligned die error, which is also a highly valuable type of penny. Of course, if you find a penny with either of these errors, it's a good idea to get it professionally appraised. A certified coin dealer or a professional numismatist can verify its authenticity and condition, which will significantly impact its value. The 1990 penny may seem like just another small piece of change, but thanks to rare minting errors, it has become one of the most coveted and expensive coins in the world. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just starting out, remember to always check your coins for errors. You never know when you might find the next $689 million penny. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future coin hunting adventures. Who knows? The next big treasure might just be in your pocket. Until next time, happy hunting.